Must be an Australian parent who calls their kids kiddos.
Hey guys, what is up? I'm Max and welcome back to Reacticorns.
Stop talking over my intro part. You think this show is all about you? Hi guys, it's Wenji and welcome back to Reacticorns.
Today, we're gonna be checking...
Or Reacticorn soon, after I get rid of this one.
I had a gut feeling that you would be trying to kick me out of this show one day. And speaking of gut feeling, today we're gonna be finding out about people that trusted their gut feeling.
Well, you should trust it, especially after what you just did. Stop it.
Not me, but when my mom was a teenager on the 18th of November 1987, she was going to London to visit a friend. It was around 7:20 p.m. and she decided she was going to take a taxi instead of going by tube because it didn't feel right. This was King's Cross Tube Station.
Tube is
subway
or train or metro, depending on what country you're in.
In the UK, it's called the Tube. 10 minutes later, the whole station caught on fire and 30 out of the 40 people died. If she had decided to take the tube, she would likely have died.
Whoa!
How did she know?
Yeah.
How did she know just to take a taxi that night?
Right? Out of all night. Trust the gut.
Something was in the water. She got some of that juju vibe, right?
She's not meant to go. You're meant to go. I was in college and there was a really cute guy in one of my classes. Sounds familiar.
He's not a blue unicorn.
A week or two in, we had to work together on a small project and I was pretty excited about the opportunity to get to know him.
Why so superficial?
What do you mean? Easy on the eye is not a bad thing. Anyways, back to the story. After speaking to him though, I got a really bad vibe from him. But nothing specific I could put my finger on.
That's right, don't trust him.
I lost all attraction to him and knew that I should keep my distance. He approached me a couple of times after the project, but I made sure to be pretty cool, distant, though still polite. That's what Blue Unicorn went to.
That's what I want to hear.
A month or two later, in the same semester, our teacher announced that the guy had been arrested for murdering a girl he had been dating, another student at the school. And apparently, it was an extremely brutal murder.
Oh my gosh.
He gave us the number of the detective investigating the case in case we had any info to share. It was a little unsettling thinking about what could have happened if I had gone by physical attraction alone and not listened to my gut about this guy.
That's right.
Oh, look at you. You have a lesson for everyone.
See, I was right. Don't go for the good looking one. Go for the blue unicorn one.
Sorry, I already have blue unicorn. No one else can have it. They have to give different advice.
Go for the green unicorn one. There's going to be a green unicorn out there for each and every one of you.
Oh, the green unicorn.
Watch out for the green unicorn. He'd be stealing your heart. Mr. Steal your heart.
But that's kind of scary. Even like a brutal murder. And on top of that, like I've never gone to school or college, university and had any kind of that news told to me. Like I didn't know.
No one that you knew.
Yeah, that was murdered or...
Lucky you didn't go.
Yeah.
Because you might have fallen prey to that person.
You think, well, I'm with Blue Unicorn, so by logic, I wouldn't have
in
gone.
your younger days.
Oh, in my younger days.
Quite a floating being.
It was the six-pack. The six-pack got me. Not beer, guys. Not beer. I don't drink.
Looking for walking six-packs. Nothing to say for herself. I was deciding on childcare, which is always stressful. One place was a little cheaper per day, but you paid for the week even if your kid missed a day but offered a video feed. The other was more expensive per day, but you caught a break and only paid for days attended. I picked the more expensive one because I got a bad vibe from the other one. Within 2 weeks, the first one caught fire under odd circumstances. No one got hurt, but it eventually closed and never reopened. Always trust your gut, especially when it comes to the kiddos.
Oh, must be an Australian parent who calls their kids kiddos.
Yeah, I mean, they said no one got hurt, so...
Yeah, but you don't want to worry that your kids are... And plus, they must be very irresponsible to get to a point where the whole place was set on fire.
But some places just catch on fire.
Oh, some places just catch on fire, really?
You don't know.
Just like out of nowhere, nothing happens, it just catches on fire. I'm sure it's like, it has to come from somewhere.
You know what?
What is today? Why are you being so annoying today? You're gonna get kicked off this show very soon.
I'm a baby shark.
When I was 13, I was in a pet store with my sister when this man walked in and it suddenly felt like the air in the store had changed.
When you get that tingling vibe.
I felt terrified to my core. I immediately grabbed my sister and told her we had to leave right then and there. We walked to meet our mom at the grocery store across the street and finished our shopping. When we finally left the store, the parking lot was flooded with police officers and there were helicopters above us. That's crazy. That's like a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Turns out, the minute we left the store, the man had attempted to rob the place and even shot the cashier. Oh, he shot her.
Wow.
Ever since then, I've always listened to my gut.
That's some good gut instincts you got there.
Right.
Buddy.
He even shot the cashier.
Like, but I mean, what did he look like? Because if a man walked in, right, and he had a balaclava on, I would also be very terrified.
I'm sure he didn't have it on at the time because she didn't say that. And that would be obvious.
He was just trying to
You
make
wouldn't
this...
need your gut in that circumstance. You just
I
need
would
your
still
eyes.
need my gut. I wouldn't be sure. I mean, like, maybe he's just dressing for Halloween. You know, it's January. My wife and I were renting for a few years when we decided to take the steps to buy our own house. We had enough for a deposit and had a mortgage quote arranged. We went to look at the number of houses and found one we really liked, so decided to put our offer in. We were told this was the most likely going to be accepted, but that they were going to wait a couple of days before deciding. That evening I sat in bed reading when I had a horrible feeling that something wasn't right. The next day I told my wife I wasn't sure about it and convinced her that we needed to retract our offer, so we did. The next 2 weeks were a nightmare. Within 2 days of pulling out of this offer, my wife was made redundant totally by surprise, and she hadn't been working at the company long enough to get much of a payout. A week later, our car broke down and was beyond repair, barring spending more than the car was worth. We really struggled for the next year or so and would have never been able to pay off a mortgage. We are in a much better place now, but we know that if I hadn't had that moment, we would have been screwed. Bang.
A practical gut instinct.
Yeah, so it's not like I thought, you know, the house was going to be haunted or there's going to be like a creepy person living in the house with them or that, you know, burnt down, but it's just like they ran out of money.
Yeah, and he kind of knew that was going to happen, so.
Yeah, well, he didn't know that the wife was going to be let go.
Well, he had a feeling that wasn't a good idea to commit to such a big thing.
Yeah.
Because if you can't pay for your mortgage, you just get kicked out.
That's right. Good gut instincts, my fellow sir.
On a weekend trip to upstate New York, we entertained ourselves riding an ATV around an off-road track the neighbors meet. The last day of the trip, my partner said he was going to take one last spin on it and I knew something terrible was going to happen. I told him exactly how I felt and he dismissed me as he was leaving the house. I said, just promise me that you won't go really fast just because it's the last ride. I don't trust it and I think you'll lose control. Luckily, after he went too fast and lost control, it was only his ankle that suffered. Finding him on that trail leaning up against a tree was the single scariest moment of my life. Thank goodness it was just his ankle.
Trust the dude to get the warning and then be like, yeah. Like,
stop it.
well, the gut instinct was right. They just didn't do anything about it.
Nope.
I was 6 years old and staying at a lodge with my family. My parents were staying in one room and I was in the other room with my 3 siblings. Everyone else was asleep, but I was lying in bed wide awake and terrified. I don't remember hearing anything, just being absolutely scared out of my mind. I got out of bed and pounded on my parents' door so hard my fists hurt. I'll never forget how scared I was. My parents had me and my siblings sleep in their room that night and we left early the next day. I didn't find out until years later when I asked about it that there had been a ladder up against my window and that the screen was cut open.
They could have been abducted.
That is so creepy.
Yeah.
Oh
How did
my
they
God.
find out years later?
Well, they were staying at a lodge.
Right.
Maybe on their way out, the parents saw it and then decided not to tell them right then and there because it was too real.
Scary, yeah.
Dude, that is so scary. Good gut instinct, little one.
I used to sleep with a large, heavy mirror on the wall above my bed. It weighed 50 to 60 pounds.
I think it's pounds.
It weighed 50 to 60 pounds. You know what?
That already sounds
Yeah, I
dangerous.
wouldn't sleep there. One night I had an urge to take it down, fearing it would fall on me and shatter. Seriously, that would be me every day. As soon as I took it off the wall, the 2 mason anchors holding it crumbled and fell to the floor.
What are the chances?
Yeah, I don't like sleeping with anything heavy above my head. It's just scary.
Oh my gosh, that would have just like smacked him in the face.
Yep.
And if it was that heavy, probably do some damage.
Probably would.
Oh, okay, don't sleep with anything heavy hanging above your head, guys. If you have anything heavy hanging right now, take it down. Get your parents to take it down, okay? I'm a nurse. I had a patient who was doing great after relatively minor surgery, was set to be discharged the next day. I just had a bad feeling about it ever since my shift started. I kept checking in on him and he said it was completely fine. He wanted to go for a walk around the unit with the help of an aide. I offered to walk him myself. Glad I did. The guy passed out just as he was getting back to his room and was in a very serious and dangerous heart rhythm. If I wasn't there, we might not have been able to save him the way we did. They somehow knew that his heart was not correct even after a minor operation.
Ooh.
Good gut instincts, nurse.
Right? It's funny how you would realize that. Maybe we have some inherent sense of how someone's heart is beating.
I know like animals do.
Yeah, because they can
like
hear it.
tell, or they can sniff you out when you're a bit unhealthy or like a bit sick.
Apparently dogs have saved lots of people like that.
Anyway guys, another episode of why you should always trust your gut instincts.
Yes,
Of which I have none.
but you have a lot of gut.
I do. I make up for my instincts with my gut.
We'll be back tomorrow with another episode and we'll see you guys then. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, love you.